Tqckle in beautiful Carson, California. It's great to be with you. Sam will be joining us in a little bit. The store is really crowded tonight. He's taking care of some clients, but I thought I'd get things rolling because I can see so many of you there waiting to see the show start. There's a lot of great people. John Garma is here, the man who realized his fishing dreams. Oh, it was so beautiful. He had a 200-pound bluefin tuna with us. There he is. John is here. We love John. John, thanks for being part of our studio audience. Michael Limon is here. Michael, how was it meeting Paulina over the weekend?
It was good
Why?
because she's a good person.
She's a really good person, and it was great to see you having so much fun with her. I mean, she was so nice. And, you know, her mother, you never got to meet her mom before, or did you? Have you ever met her mother?
No.
Really nice, too, right? All right, we got a lot to cover with you tonight. And of course, Sam will be here in a little bit. I thought what I would do is kind of give you some opportunities to fish with us. Hey, Tyler, what's up, my friend? I'm going to go back and read all the comments and questions once we get rolling here. I wanted to bring a couple things to your to make you aware of a couple of things, as well as invite you down to have some chicken wings with us next door, unless my son Philip and his wife Jessica have a baby. Mackie's on cold here, on call with us here. All right, number one I want to talk to you about, and that is fishing the inner harbor. We've hired a guide service, and I'm going to go fishing with you for a couple hours or 4 hours max inside the harbors in Long Beach and San Pedro, where you can find some really excellent bass fishing. We catch some halibut. There's croaker. There's all kinds of fish you can catch. We can also go outside on the better weather days, and we can fish that legendary breakwall at night for some outstanding calico bass fishing. It doesn't get any better than that. If you'd like info on anything that I'm talking about now, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of charters where we have a little bit of room on board. Also, you can send me a text to 657 227 6459. Those inner harbor trips are great. What we do is you give me a date and then you tell me whether you want to fish night or day. And then we look at the tidal information for that day. We get back to you and we let you know what the optimum time to be on the water will be. All you have to bring is some food, drinks, and a fishing license. All your gear, all your lures, everything is provided for you. So that's number one, if you want to join us for that. Two, we have two more trips in the near future. In late September, we're going to be on board. I think it's the 24th through the 26th. Maybe John Garmo will correct me if he knows the date, but the 24th through the 26th, we are on board the Apollo out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego. Remember, this is when we have our best weather months. It should be really spectacular in terms of the weather, and the fishing is just waiting to explode again. We've gone through a moon phase that was not conducive to the bite. It had an adverse effect, obviously, on the bite, and then the winds whipped up, and they blew for a good week, and it just shoved the bite down. But now we're starting to see that big fish again. The Polaris Supreme last night had some really, really good fishing at night. We also saw several other boats with some big fish, kite fishing on the Highliner. That has been really, really good here recently. There's some excellent fishing just starting to go. And of course, the day that the Freedom had on board the Freedom out there on Tanner and Cortez yesterday, phenomenal. They had limits of bluefin tuna and 70 nice yellowtail to go along with it. That is some darn good fishing. No question about it. So once again, they are trying to make squid out there. If you make squid and dropper loop with it on Cortez Bank and get on the right jag of fish, it can be spectacular. Really great fishing at times out there on Cortez. So we have that trip. And then we back that up with the trip out of beautiful 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. We'll be on board the Amigo, on the Amigo for a 2-day trip. On the Apollo, limited to 21 anglers. On the Amigo, limited to only 16 anglers. That is also going to be a great trip. And we will be there shooting video, so you'll have photos and video to remember the trip for a lifetime. That's what our job is. We're there to make sure you're having a good time, and we're there to memorialize every moment of the trip for you so you can go back and show friends and neighbors, family, friends, and loved ones the great trip that hopefully you're going to have. It'll be a great trip. Whether we catch fish or not, that's always up in the air. But we'll all have a really great time. And I got to tell you, over this past weekend, Paulina, who is my co-host in Mexico. When I go to Ensenada, Paulina Varela is my co-host. She's great. Her English is fantastic, speaks great English. Her mother's fantastic. They have a little dock down there, not that little actually, but it's called Botes Juanitos, and they have guys running out of there fishing on a regular basis. They have whale watch trips and so much more. We go down there, we just take over the office thanks to their hospitality. And not a night goes by there when we are there that they don't whip up some kind of a seafood feast for all of us. So it was so nice to return the favor. Thanks to so many of you. Doug Tilk, probably number one. No, definitely number one to mention. He was so generous and so kind, and that USA hospitality really came through with Paulina and her mother coming up from Mexico. It was awesome. Really great stuff. So that was wonderful. In fact, it was so good. Michael hasn't stopped coughing since Paulina was here. He's so emotional about it. He just can't stop coughing. So, well, hopefully it's fantastic stuff. Get this kid some NyQuil or something, will you, Dan? What's wrong with you? All right. So anyway, it was great having Paulina up here. No doubt about it. Hey, one other thing that I want to mention to you, besides those charters, is go back and listen to Marcus Fain, who is a marine biologist. I did an interview with him live about the Coronado Island yellowtail bite, Malahini. 40 plus yellows today. I haven't looked at the San Diego or those boys, but I'll bet they put the wood to them. And remember on the morning briefing today, I told you I thought we'd see boats up there around 100 yellows. I haven't seen any of those other boats yet, but I'll bet there's some big scores. Why? Because the boat pressure comes off on the weekdays, which is exactly why when you look at a Friedman Adventures charter, probably a lot of you go, man, what is with this guy, man? Weekdays, I work. I can't get off on the weekdays. And I will tell you right now, it's worth getting a sore throat and getting sick to fish on the weekdays when the boat pressure is out of the equation. It leaves a bigger piece of the pie for you. And I guarantee you, I don't know what the San Diego caught today or any of those other guys. I bet they had some decent scores out there at the Coronado Islands. Anyway, back to Marcus. Did that live interview, and he had some outstanding info for you all. Not only info on how to catch more fish, but also info on exactly what paperwork you might need and everything else. So really fantastic interview. Highly recommend you take a listen to that. Today, we took a live interview and we were talking to my good friend Daniel Hadaway, the captain of the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Really outstanding interview. Daniel is running tomorrow, and I think it's a go now. I just talked to Saul Mendez up there in the ticket office at Ventura Sport Fishing, and Saul says, hey, Phil, we're a definite go. Thanks to the interview Daniel did with you. We are out of here tomorrow, so it's going to be a light load. They're going to focus on a combo type trip, surface action, trying to catch some calico bass as well as a possible yellowtail over there on the gray light. They had 4 nice yellowtail yesterday out of Cisco's in Oxnard, so you have that going on. You have a little bit of barracuda, although that's been few and far between. And the white sea bass and halibut fishing, it's been pretty slow now for a couple of weeks. I know the Island Tack today had 9 white sea bass, so they had a little pop on the sea bass up there out of Cisco's Sport Fishing. So maybe a signal that that's getting ready to click and bite again. Or maybe the water is just too warm. We have a lot of 70-degree water up there at Cisco's and Ventura Sport Fishing. Back to the Island Spirit. They're running tomorrow. You can book online right now if you'd like to join them, and I guarantee you're going to have a really good time. VenturaSportFishing.com, or you can give them a call at 805-676-3474. All right, another announcement that I want to get across to you guys, and that is August the 31st is a free fishing license day. It's next Saturday. Big day because Notre Dame plays Texas A&M in A&M. So I'm going to be watching that at night. But thank goodness the tides are set up perfectly in the morning. We're going to have a surf fishing event this Saturday, and you are invited to come down and hang with us or surf fish or do whatever it is you want to do within reason. We don't want to have anybody arrested down there on the beach this week. Dan Lightfoot, he took that upon himself last week. No, Dan's a good guy. Anyway, 7:30 in the morning is when it starts. Tides are going to be perfect. We'll be rolling into the high tide. We caught yellowfin croaker. We caught spotfin croaker. We caught a variety of different sharks. We caught the famous guitar fish. We had all kinds of fun and action in Surfside, California. Once again, just send me a text if you want to go on any of the charters I discussed, if you want to fish the Inner Harbor, or if you want to come to this event, which is free, by the way. It's absolutely free. If you want to come down with a lawn chair, like some guys do, James Blanchard is one of those guys. We love James. He comes down. I don't even know if he has coffee with him, boys. He just comes down and watches all the fun. And especially with these kids, they always have a really great time down there on the beach. So this Saturday, 7:30 in the morning, and I want to say it goes till 10, but you can stay longer if you like, or if the fish are biting, we're not going anywhere. That is for sure. That Notre Dame game is at 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'll be pretty good up until that time. And then if you want to go to the watch party with me and see a grown man cry if the Irish get crushed that night, you'll be able to do that too. So August 31st, perfect time to bring a newbie fishing because, of course, you don't have to purchase a license. And Sam has just put a mystery box here on the table. Here's Henry, good old friend of mine. I've known Henry for years. Oh my God, he's a great guy. Actually, Henry walked in. I go, "Are you Henry?" And he looks at me like, what is with you? And I go, "Your name's on your shirt there, dude." So anyway, what do we got here? Oh my God, the new micro jigs. I can't wait to, is this Steve stuff? No, it was something else. I'll let Sam introduce you to that. So that looks like good stuff, especially for vertical jigging, like in the harbor. That would work great, just up and down jigging. So, all right, August 31st, we'll see you on that one. Remember, I'll send you directions. Most of you know the drill by now, but 657-227-6459. Sam's almost ready to go here. Let me talk to you a little bit about the bank right now, Cortez and Tanner. I made reference to that yellowtail bite a moment ago, but I do want to tell you that that bite seems to be coming up. The Freedom with that big hit yesterday. Previous to that, the Pride, also out of 22nd Street, had that hit. Those big fish bit at night. Some big, some smaller, on board the Polaris Supreme. The Highliner kite fishing a couple days ago had double digits on the 150 plus pound bluefin tuna. It's all starting to come together again. And man, another place that was very, very enticing yesterday and has been pretty good up until yesterday is Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico, Paulina's hometown. I got to tell you, that place is ready to explode. We saw foamer after foamer of bluefin tuna yesterday, and they had lockjaw. They just didn't want to bite. But previous to this, they've been biting on the Mad Mac lures. We've also seen fish on the surface iron and those kind of dart jigs, like, 120 gram Daiwa Sakana or Colt Sniper. Those have been super effective. Do not fish those jigs or iron with anything less than 50 pound. I highly recommend you really put it to them. Sam De La Torre will be joining us in just a moment. We have Michael Limon filling in for him, coughing in the background just to kind of fill in until Sam gets here. So good stuff. Michael, thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. It's always good to be distracted during a show. I'm just kidding. That's all right. All right. So we've got that all going on. Long range, as I kind of go through everything that I've been privy to during the daytime today. Really excellent fishing down there around Alejos Rocks. We've continued to see great yellowfin tuna fishing down there for the Royal Polaris, the XL, the Intrepid, you name it. They're catching them down there, 50 to 80 pound YFT. There's good wahoo fishing down there. There's been some good yellowtail action. And then boats are going in on the beach, and they are catching these giant calico bass and some excellent white sea bass. It has been spectacular fishing on the long range scene. During that full moon, when this bite went down the tubes on us out on Tanner and Cortez Bank, that super moon as it was referred to as, even down at Cedros, that bite backed off a little bit. It was still pretty darn good yellowtail action down there, but it backed off. That moon definitely had an adverse effect, and we're getting away from that, and things are starting to shoot once again. So really good signal long range. Love what we are seeing there in Ensenada in terms of that fish has not gone anywhere. It is on a bank called the Soledad Bank, and that bank is about 10 miles outside of Todos Santos Island. They've got 71-degree water there. That's perfect water for bluefin tuna. A lot of people think it's too warm. It is not. Bluefin have the ability to regulate their body temperature, and that 70-degree mark is sometimes thought of as the water temperature that really pushes those fish to feed and turn on. We see some really excellent fishing when that water temp hits 70. We didn't see it yesterday. We saw the foamers, but hopefully we will see it in the very near future. And I know Paulina will be keeping us up to date on everything that is going on south of the border. I'll be doing some updates with her here in the very near future. I was talking to Victor over there at Blackfin Sport Fishing. His Ponga operation is out of Punta Banda. And I got to tell you, man, you are right on the fish in a hurry because that fish that's on the Soledad Bay is right outside Todos Santos. So in an hour, you're there. Also, inside the harbor, we are seeing some really great fishing going on yellowtail at times. Sometimes it's smaller, sometimes it's decent-sized fish. And then also, we are seeing some good calico bass fishing, sand bass fishing. It really has been spectacular in Ensenada. Backed off yesterday, saw the fish, didn't want to bite, but we are hoping that that is going to get back on the chew again here really, really soon. And one thing that we don't talk enough about here, as Sam will be here in 1 minute, everybody, one thing we don't talk enough about is the local bite in San Diego this year. It has been spectacular. It has been great. In fact, we saw good local fishing in Ensenada, and that bite seemed to have extended up to San Diego, and it kind of stopped there. I mean, it never moved up the coast to Dana Point. They've caught a lot of short calico bass there, but we never saw the sand bass move in mass there. We certainly did not see that here in San Pedro or Long Beach area. There's been a couple of flurries of sand bass. There's been some days with excellent calico bass fishing. Today, I haven't heard from the Victory and some of those guys. Wouldn't surprise me if they got them. Once again, lack of boat pressure. It's a Monday, and that boat pressure comes off, and it just, again, gives you a bigger piece of the pie. So we'll see how that went, but it never extended up this way. That bite in San Diego, not only are they catching sand bass, not only are they catching calico bass, but they've had a really good sprinkling of exotics, some white sea bass, some yellowtail, occasional big halibut, like a 25-pounder. Yesterday on the Dolphin, they had 3 white sea bass in the afternoon yesterday on the Daily Double. There has been some really great local fishing down there in San Diego, and hopefully that's going to continue. That is great stuff. That is where you take kids to learn more and more about the bite, to learn more and more about how to fish. Because one thing you do on a half-day boat is you are constantly choosing a bait. You're constantly making a cast. Whereas if you go on a bluefin tuna fishing trip, you might make a cast 3 times on a trip. One time, you may not make a cast if you don't find the fish. On a half-day boat, you're constantly choosing a good hot bait. You're hooking that bait. You're casting that bait. You're throwing that iron. All of those things make you a better angler. There's no better higher education classroom than a local boat. And down in San Diego, that bite has been absolutely spectacular. Hey, Sam's about ready to come over here. If you want to get on board the El Patron, and who wouldn't, limited load trips out of Long Beach sport fishing to Catalina Island that are absolutely spectacular, you can do it by going to www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron. And the Island Spirit, you can get on there by going to their website, which is venturasportfishing.com, venturasportfishing.com. Or you can give Saul a call. He might even still be up there. If he is, say hi to him for me. You can reach him at 805-676-3474. All right, so back to the surf for just one moment. Make sure you go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle and you purchase the ruler that you will need to photograph your catch with, because every single month, Big Fish Bait and Tackle gives away a free custom, beautiful surf fishing rod. And it's free. All you have to do is buy that ruler. I think it's $5 or $10, something like that. You buy that ruler, you're in for the rest of the year. And they're not giving away one custom rod. They've already given away 6 or I don't know how many this year. And every single month, it's a different species that you're fishing for. The guy that gets the biggest one or gal gets that beautiful custom fishing rod. And it is gorgeous. I was down at Big Fish with Captain Dave Dodge checking that out. And I got to tell you, Dave was impressed. So really great stuff. All you have to do is drop in there. They'll give you all the rules and get you in tune with exactly what you have to do to win. And once again, a free custom rod every single month. It's a great, great thing. All right. We also put up some albacore stuff. The guys up there that caught those albacore, Tony was up jigging around 45 miles west of Santa Cruz, California. And he said, man, we started trolling around, got a jig strike, got another jig strike, had 3 jig fish going, and all of a sudden they have 5 jig fish going. I think they had 24 or 34 albacore up there before they said, we're going home, we're out of here. We're going to leave them biting. So really good sign. He said, hey, your albacore prediction was spot on for Santa Cruz. And he feels like that could move down into our area. I know Dan Lightfoot here a moment ago was saying, Phil, there's way too much anchovy around for them not to make an appearance there. He's thinking it might happen. Been 10 years, by the way, since they've had albacore out of Santa Cruz. So that is an exceptionally good signal and sign. Fingers crossed that those albies are going to move down into this neck of the woods. All right, Sam will be here in one moment. Don't go anywhere. We're going to keep this rocking and rolling. Almost 100 people watching right now. I hope the count of people doesn't plummet when Sam walks in here, for God's sakes. And we got a ton of comments, and Sam De La Torre is going to have to get mic'd up, but it's good to see you, Sam, even though nobody can hear you quite yet. Doggone it. It's about time. I'll tell you, man, that's what you get for having such a busy store.
It's busy today.
Island Fishing Tqckle, Carson, California. You owe it to yourself to come down here. John, is this your first time here?
No.
John Garma is
No.
not his first time here. All right, very good. All right, Sam, how are you, man?
All right, how you doing?
Well, I'm good. We've got some background ambiance going on. Michael is coughing during the whole show tonight, so it's going to be
Great.
really, really good. I'm loving it. Do you want to talk to Michael? Did you happen to see the hug that he got from Paulina?
I didn't know.
Oh, well, you're going to have to watch it. It was heartwarming. It was a beautiful thing. Mackie had to say, oh, Michael, let her go.
Stop, huh?
Yeah. Let the poor woman go to Mexico. She's trying to get out of here. So that turned into a great time. They had a great time here coming to Island Fishing Tqckle.
Yeah, they loaded up, man. This is a shopping spree.
I'm
Yeah, 2
telling ya.
baskets full of stuff.
I know.
Yeah, well, they're doing a tournament in San Quintin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they said you were going to go down there and cover it.
Yeah, right. I wish I could. I'd love to, actually. In fact, one of the guys that Mackie and I met in Ensenada and we had dinner with, he showed up down at the beach. He works here in Long Beach, and he goes, I got a boat in San Quintin. I got a boat in Bahia Magdalena.
Wow.
Anytime, man. Anytime you guys
Back
want to
Bay,
go.
huh?
So, yeah.
Now you're talking.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, part of the whole thing with Paulina, as far as I was concerned.
Are we blurry or no, just yours?
Yeah, it's just that. Part of that whole thing was when we go to Mexico, we always get greeted with this Baja hospitality. And I wanted that to be part of their trip. And it was. I mean, Doug Tilk, everybody on board the Island Spirit, I hear were great with her. The surf fishing event was super special here at the store. Big fish, bait and tackle. It just couldn't have been any better.
Nice.
She sent me several notes today saying what a great time she had. So good stuff.
Nice.
What do you got? Are we doing the box later? Is that a mystery box or what?
No, it's not a mystery box. So the guys from Reaper Slow Pitch dropped off our first order.
Yeah. I saw the guy. Looked like a nice guy.
Yeah. So this is just an example. We actually got 80 lures from them. These are kind of the category of micro knife jigs. So micro lures, and they're basically like a knife jig, but they're little, 15 gram, 20 gram.
Catch sand bass all day long on those vertical jigging.
Yeah, in the harbor.
Yep.
So this is kind of, in a way, I mean, we always talk about every year something new. Well, this is kind of in that category, something new, something that I never saw when I was growing up, I mean, of course, the hookup baits, solid lures, you know, all kinds of other stuff, the flukes, things like that. Guys catch fish, but these micro jigs have been kind of the real deal. The guys that really put the time in to use these good, they have good results, and they buy a lot. I mean, it's just one of those things that your fishing structure, you're going to lose fish, and those spotted bay bass are just tough. You know, they're tough. You know, so they'll swim you into a piling or something like that. So this is kind of just a new addition. We've been little by little through the year. I mean, we put in the lighting. We did a couple other things that we're still doing. Seems like it's just never-ending projects, but we're going to be extending still even more our inshore area, and adding more of these micro jigs has been part of it. I think next after that, we're going to try to do some of the stuff from, gosh, it's just missing me at the moment here. They're right there.
You're getting old, Sam.
I know. I'll remember in a second here. But just other brands of jigs and lures. In fact, the Set and Impact, we just ordered some more flukes from them, and then we got to add some of their stuff as well. So, you know, we got a lot of stuff working.
I was going to ask you a question, but it's that old adage about a good lawyer never asks a question that he doesn't know the answer to. But I'm going to ask anyway. Do you have the Promar little jigs? Yeah. What are those called? Akiras or?
Yeah, something like that. We got them right over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't want, you know, we wouldn't carry that Steve
No, we
stuff.
got them. Yeah. Those have been selling pretty good too. Unfortunately, those kind of start out, the smallest size is a 20 gram, which is about the biggest size that anybody uses inside the harbor. Whereas these are more your like 15 gram, 20 gram. And in fact, some of the guys even use a 10 gram one.
There we go. Yeah. The Akira. I was right. Can you believe that?
The Ikara.
Ikara. Pardon my pronunciation. Yes. The
so
Ikara.
we got those as well. Yeah. And those have been doing pretty good. Mostly that 20 gram. We've been selling quite a bit of. Yeah.
What kind of a car do you have? I have a Lexus. What do you have?
I got a Chevy.
Oh, nice. Very good. Ikara. I like that. Okay. You want to read some comments?
Let's get started.
Are you sure?
Have you started yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you please get that kid to quit coughing in the background? That is Jeremy. AKA the Sack. Good evening, everyone. This is Isaac. Good weekend of fishing. Big and little kids had a blast. Thank you, Doug Tilk. So, Sam, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we were on the Island Spirit. I had to bail at the last minute on that trip, but then followed up the next day with surf fishing, and it just turned into a magical time. One thing I got to tell you, there's a kid named Lucky. I believe he's autistic, perhaps, and his dad fishes on our charters, and he goes, Lucky loves your... And I'm walking up on the beach, and, man, here's a guy yelling my name. A big, tall, big guy, man. I'd hate to have him get angry at me. And that was one of the most loving hugs I've had in a long time. It was a beautiful thing. I'm going to cry. But it was a beautiful thing, man. So cool stuff, man. And the whole day went on just like that. Tyler Tanaka says, what's up, Friedman family? Tyler's going to Cedros with you guys, right? Cedros.
I started up a group chat with all the guys that are on that trip. So I just kind of wanted to touch base. Maybe before I knew it, there was like 50 messages in it. My phone was just going off and off. So
yeah, you're like,
everyone's
that's a bad idea.
No, I mean, that's great. You know, just sign that everybody's fired up on the trip, and we're looking forward to it. I know that you were mentioning that the fishing kind of took a little dip here with the full moon. We'll be there a week after.
Yeah, you're going to be right on.
So I think we hopefully we'll be back when it swings back up.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure of it. Daniel Lightfoot says, hit that like button. Thank you, Dan. Absolutely. Hey, just take a second and hit that like button right now. Halibut Man Mitchell, I'm about to board the Catalina Express. Tons of sheephead, bonito, whitefish, calicos, rock wrasse, and giant sargo. Man, that sounds like fun. I'd love to go over there with him and do that, man.
You know, there's a few customers that I have that go there pretty regularly.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, I mean, obviously there's some expense to going over there. And so maybe that probably keeps some people from going. But I will say that the guys who go, all of them,
kill them.
They do pretty dang good.
No.
Yeah. So whether I have a few customers that are kind of like bonita guys.
Yeah.
So they go all the way over there, even though you can catch them here at the Redondo Pier. They're just so much bigger over there, so more plentiful. Then I got guys that fish calico bass, and every once in a while they get a white sea bass or a halibut right off the pier there. So it's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah. For those of you who are coming to us from some other part of the world, they have these Catalina cruisers that get to Catalina in about an hour and a half. They go really, really fast, and you can go over to the island, and then there's a pier there, and you can wander off and fish off the rocks, I'm sure, right?
Some places. It depends, you know. I mean, it's quite a walk down the hill in some places. But yeah, I guess they have transportation that can get you around the island, and I'm sure there's some places maybe towards the isthmus where they have those camps and things like that. I'm sure you can
Rent a
probably
golf
fish.
cart or do something.
Well,
yeah.
they have that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can rent your own transportation as well. So, yeah, definitely an adventure.
Yeah, man, that sounds like so much fun.
They got
That's awesome.
kayaks and all kinds of stuff over there.
Best of luck to you, Mitchell. Free Fish Day Saturday. No need to buy a license. That's right. We're celebrating with a surf fishing extravaganza down there in Surfside. Hey, Michael, good luck out there.
That's Mitchell.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
Mitchell.
It says that Mitchell.
Robert Graber. Good evening, Phil, Michael, John, Sam,
He refuses.
and all the Friedman Adventures family. Happy Monday and Tackle Shop Confessions. Woo-hoo! Robert Graber is a great guy. He contributed to Paulina's great stay here. Robert, thank you so much. Did Robert bring donuts? I know he did, didn't he? Oh, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, good guy. Super good guy. I don't know if he's ever been in here, but he's definitely got it. You got to meet him, Sam.
Yeah, I have. I met him before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What a super,
At the shows and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a cool dude.
super great guy.
Yeah, he was working the booth for Dan Hernandez.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's see. Halibut Man. Thanks, Isaac. Boarding.
Right now.
I'll be home on Wednesday.
On my way.
Till tuna on Wednesday. Michael, your shirt blends in with the new Friedman sign. Huh? What new Friedman sign?
I know. Maybe with the, yeah.
Oh, is that a Friedman sign? Oh, that's a Island Fishing Tqckle. Very good, Michael. I like you color coordinated. David Alcantar. Hey, David, good to see you here, my friend. Howdy, party people. Just got in from a half day out of Seaforth. I was just talking about how good that is. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Is it good?
Bass, bonito, barracuda, and yellowtail. The boat ended up with 6 or 7 yellows. Great fishing all
Wow.
around. As David makes me look like a real pro here because
6 or 7 yellows, huh?
yeah, man. I mean, they're doing
Wow.
really good. They're catching 2, 3 white sea bass, 6 or 7 yellows.
Gosh.
Their local bites
incredible.
phenomenal this
Yeah.
year. It's been so good.
Well, what happened up here in the front? Out
I
front,
don't
right?
know, man. I was talking about that before you came on. I was saying that the bite, like,
No, the stuff right out front here.
well, I mean, it's up and down. It's
No,
not
the,
that
the
consistent.
tuna that showed up.
Oh, yeah, coming back yesterday.
No, like right here, like right off
yeah,
TV.
yeah. Who got on that?
Everybody did.
Yeah, they didn't
Your
catch
sons?
anything though,
Yeah.
did they? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed all that.
Yeah.
There was one.
Every boat tomorrow is tuna fishing. Half day, 3/4 day, San
Oh,
Pedro,
wow.
Redondo, Newport.
Yeah, I saw. Who
Long
did I
Beach,
see got
everybody.
on there? Yeah.
Big foamers. I mean,
Well,
like,
sure. Why
three-
didn't I saw him? I
Well,
saw the
I
video.
usually leave that up to you.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
filling me in.
And
I
I was
have
over
all
there
kinds of
helping
things
people.
going on right now. Really? So all the guys are going. The Monte Carlo's going tuna fishing?
If they get off the boat, if they get off the dock, yeah.
Well, they ought to get off. If
I would
that's,
think tomorrow, yes.
yeah. Who shot that video and sent it to me? I forget. All right. Well, good stuff. We got incredible fishing going on here for sure. All right.
It's going to be crowded tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I think maybe the Pursuit sent me that or somebody. All right, Steve Din. Good evening, Friedman Adventures family. Phil, I recently saw an old photo of you, Philip and Brian Shaw, with Captain Todd. May he rest in peace. You looked like a linebacker. Haha. Yes, those are. That was a long time ago, Steve. I think you might be talking about. And Todd's okay. Todd is alive and well. So the last time I checked, we went with Brian Shaw to Catalina. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, the deckhand on there. What was his name? I can't remember his name. He passed away. He actually sank in a skiff off the west end of Catalina, I think. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Right off of Trump Golf Course.
Damn. Oh, look at that.
Look how close.
That's freaking amazing.
They're right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We better go. Calling sick tomorrow for school.
yeah.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I think that was, and I can't remember the name of the guy that was the deckhand, but yes, I know who you're talking about. And that was an extraordinary day. Brian Shaw he was actually very seasick that day. And I looked at him, I go, Brian, we'll go back in, man. Don't worry. He goes, no, I don't want to spoil everybody's trip. BJ, his son, was there. And Brian caught a 50-something pound white sea bass that day at Catalina Island. Of course, Brian played for the Lakers, won 3 world championships with the Lakers, and was called in to mediate the fight between Kobe and Shaq. And I heard the whole story. When Brian had a few too many tequilas, down in beautiful Cancun, Mexico. We were shooting a TV show down there, and I got the whole story about who the person at fault was. Who do you think it was?
Kobe.
I will never say. I will never leave my lips who it was, but you thought it was Kobe, so there you go. All right, Hector X. Hector, how do you like those Spotify updates coming at you every day? You were my inspiration on that. Good to see you. Tony Gonzalez. Phil, when is the El Patron starting the overnight trips, or are they staying 3/4? That's a good question, Tony. I think, they were going to do the overnight trips, but they just hit their stride with these Catalina Island trips and are really enjoying that, and that's going really well for them. So I think they're going to stay with that unless things got so slow at Cat and things got so good with the overnight trips that maybe they would switch over. For right now, I think they're Catalina. Hector, I need to go down to Island Fishing Tqckle to pick up some Friedman Adventure and Island Fishing Tqckle merchandise. Hector, we will get you some of that for sure. Steve Nyes, Hector, the store doesn't sell Friedman Adventures merch, only store items. We'll make an exception. We'll meet him down here, Steve, and make that happen. Sacco Hunt, good evening, everyone. Halibut Man. Michael, what's the tuna fishing forecast for me this Thursday?
Mitchell.
Is it going to be good?
Yeah, he's gonna get him.
You're going to get him, Mitchell. How's that for you? Paulina Varela. Paulina.
She's there.
It's good to see you. Michael, Paulina's here. You want to say hi?
Hey, Paulina.
All right, very nice. I hate to join the show today because I miss you guys already. We miss you, Paulina, and wish you were here. And I think Mackie's got some of your merch out there in front of us. He's always on top of those kinds of things. Paulina, we had such a great time with you. Michael, Michael, would you like to say anything? I know you're playing games on your phone, but your girl is out there right now. Do you want to say something? Okay, very good. So, Paulina, there you go. You have some beautiful sentiments from Michael and all of us. Thank you for being here tonight. We'll be down to see you really, really soon. William, I have noticed that the bonito population, the Makos, are active too. I'm wanting to do what we did in the past, is troll the Bait-O-Matic home from the islands. Do you have the Bait-O-Matic in stock, Sam?
I don't. But yeah, that used to be a popular
Yeah, it
deal
was the
back in the
thing,
day.
right?
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of guys asking for those, but
Yeah, are they
those-
still around?
yeah, because I think they're made by Leadmaster,
Yeah.
and so I know Leadmaster's still around. So yeah, I mean, I could probably get some, but yeah, I mean, I just haven't had a lot of guys asking for them. Although I bet you probably catch a marlin with one right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of marlin
Yeah,
around,
they're
isn't
still
there?
around a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a weird year. The Helena reported catching and releasing a blue marlin the other day.
What?
Yeah, unless that
Well,
was some kind of a screw up on their
It's
fish
possible.
count, but it's just weird, right?
Well,
It's just-
after blue marlin, what's next, right?
Wahoo!
Wahoo, baby.
Yes, you okay back there?
Doesn't sound
All
like
right,
it.
very good. All right, Sparky SCR.
That's Oscar.
Oscar. Hey, Sam. Hey, Phil. Hey, Oscar. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? You know the answer to that?
How much?
That's a perennial question. I don't know. Hola, Paulina says, Halibut Man, we can't wait to fish with you in your hometown. Yes, Mackie and I are putting the details together about our Ensenada trip, which will be around Dia de los Muertos or around the 1st of November. Isaac says, Phil, put a trip middle of September. Let's head north for Albacore. We've got one, Isaac. We're on board the Apollo out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. The Albacore will be right there for us. True or false? Bluefin off PV, about 2 miles. True.
Sounds like it's true.
Yeah, sounds true. Sacco Hunt says true.
I bet you
Real-
can see about 40 boats there right now.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I would say.
Real-time fishing, great to hear. I didn't hear anybody talking about catching anything today, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they were getting them today.
Yeah. Everyone said,
Oh.
don't tell Phil.
That's what I get for brushing. Oh, wait a minute. I do my morning briefing. I don't have to get up on this until tomorrow morning. Thank you for getting me on the right track, though. All right. Mackie, who is standing right here in front of us, but is courteous enough to keep the show moving along. What type of setups and line are we looking at to fish for those slow pitch micro jigs? Very good question.
Yeah. So a lot of guys are fishing some some pretty much the same thing you're gonna fish your other kind of inshore stuff and harbor stuff. You know, a lot of times when you're harbor fishing, you can't really take like 4 or 5 rods like you would on a boat, and so you kind of have to make one rod do everything, whether it's fishing a swim bait or fluke or one of these guys here. So don't get too worried about that. Most guys are gonna be fishing 30-pound braid and maybe like a 20-pound leader, but there are some slow pitch style inshore rods. You're talking super light rods that are made to move these jigs, give them a little bit more action. If you want to get into some of that, that's pretty good. You'll fish those with a small bait caster. They even have those like 100, 150 size bait casters, the really small ones that guys will put like 25, 30-pound braid, 20 to 30-pound braid. And they use the small ones because it's a lighter weight spool that you can cast these with. And it is a little bit easier to put action into them with the bait caster, but you're kind of pigeonholing that outfit for just that when you do that kind of setup. You don't need a lot of line either. So, you know, whereas normally we're talking about 200, 300, 400 yards of line on a reel, with these small bait casters, guys are putting, you know, 50 to 100 yards of line. So you're pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing a live show here, my friend, but that's okay. All right, so where are we now? Yes.
You guys are doing a live show.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You want to come over here and say hello?
Did you have a question?
No,
Oh, nice to see you.
Patrick Spence.
Patrick, nice to meet you. You're on right now. You're not rooting for Texas A&M against Notre Dame on Saturday, are you?
No.
Oh, good man. Thank you, Patrick. You have the same name as my son, Patrick.
All right, guys.
All right, back to the show.
Mhm.
Patrick, thank God. I'd have insisted that you throw him out if he was rooting for A&M. All right, and Halibut Man chimes in and says, Mackie, 10 to 15-pound fluoro or 18 to 20-pound mono. Okay,
Yeah.
well, a waterman's life. Yahoo, how?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Oh, thank you, Sam. I need all the help I can get. Halibut Man. Mitchell says, Doug is a class act. What a great time
for
this
sure.
weekend. He totally is. Generous, kind. Great guy. I was talking to him on the way over here. He sends me a message every couple hours. Any baby yet? Any baby yet? So he's really all over it. And he knows Philip. He's fished with him on freshwater stuff a lot. Waterman's life. Is it going?
How's it going?
How's it going? Yes. How's it going? Doing it right now.
Yes, he is.
Okay. That sounds good. A Waterman's Life is the guy, I think he's got a YouTube channel, right?
Maybe he's
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've talked to him before.
maybe
He
he's,
seems
maybe
like a
he
nice
says
guy.
doing it
Yeah, he's doing it.
right now.
Yeah, thanks for coming into our show and promoting your show. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Just kidding. All right, Sam, any better knot to connect a floral leader to mono other than the cigar knot?
That's pretty good. You know, I know some guys use like a surgeon's knot or something like that, but even a double uni is not too bad. You know, where it's going to matter more also is in those mid sizes when you're really kind of stretching the strength of the knot. But that cigar knot, you know, I mean, that's probably one of the better knots out there. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head that works better.
All right, perfect. Sounds good to me. Real-time fishing. Waterman's Life. Great trip today. Thanks for all you do. I go to 2 harbors when I used to go there to fish from shore. Why are you laughing? I'm trying to read
Turned
it.
into a robot here.
Halibut Man, I would
I
love
would.
to talk up Catalina Island on a morning briefing, and everything Sam said is definitely true. Halibut Man, let's not do a morning briefing. Let's just do a podcast
That's
on
a
that.
smart guy right there.
Yes, yes, he is. Why? Because he agrees with you. Waterman's Life. Let's see. Thanks. Wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for you all. Halibut Man. Sniper Gene, the Albright is easy and strong to tie.
So yeah, that's one that you know, some guys will use when you're using 2 very dissimilar diameters. In marlin fishing, they use that Albright knot quite a bit when they're using, like, let's say they're doing a line class where they're doing like a 12-pound to like a 100-pound leader. They'll use that Albright knot. That's a pretty good one, but really kind of I think is more for that dissimilar size. But you know, I've tied it before. I know I've had guys ask me to tie that for their leader. It ends up being a little bit of a larger size, but it does work pretty good if you tie it right.
All right, very good. We got an update from A Waterman's Life. He checked PV on the way home today from Catalina Island. Didn't see anything. No luck. But my buddy got 250 plus last night off PV. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I
Where
know.
are you at, man?
No, I don't know,
No
man.
news.
I don't know, but that's pretty cool, isn't
That's
it?
really cool.
Yeah, no kidding.
Those are nice fish.
Michael Schmidt, buddy's got bluefin off Furman. We got 2 good kite fish looking at Pepperdine's lawn. No one around yesterday. So there's fish up north there too, up
Also
Malibu
fish.
area up that way.
Shoo.
God, man, it's just incredible fishing going on. You might have to help Patrick out there. And Patrick's okay. He's not rooting for A&M, so.
I mean, I've seen you guys go to Catalina Island.
I'll let Sam take it for a second, and I'll keep going here.
Asking how often you go to
Oh, me? I thought he was asking you. I was going to try to continue with the show, but Patrick, yeah, we go. I maybe go like once every month or something like that. But there's boats that go there every single day.
Fishing over there, I heard.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so back here again. This is really incredible stuff. Think about it: 150-pound bluefin tuna off Point Furman. It is so close to home. I'm looking at John Garma right now, and he's trying to figure out how he can get in a skiff and go out there tonight. I know him. Maybe get Steve Oropeza, and we'll go out there with and go out there tonight. Steve, what are you doing, man?
Let's go.
Yeah, maybe we can drag our new friend Patrick out there and see if he wants to catch a big bluefin tuna. So that's pretty incredible stuff, everybody. We are loving that. And as we have been saying for quite some time here at Friedman Adventures, this thing is just going to get better and better and better. As we move into the fall, you're going to have your best weather months here in Southern California. And normally you get this fish biting even better and better and better. So that is what we're thinking, Sam. We're thinking that who knows what
Steve's
else
gonna
might
take you fishing?
join the party. I don't know.
I'd call him up.
Would you?
I would.
Enjoy the
Patrick,
show.
a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, man.
All right. Patrick, who's wearing a Texas shirt but not rooting for A&M. I love it. I already have my money down on the Irish. So.
I like Texas.
Oh, very good. Perfect.
All right.
All right. Very nice gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas A&M fan right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, what a jerk. All right. Let's see. Grizzly trout fishing. I'm looking for a yo-yo fishing specific setup for yellowtail. What rod and reel do you suggest and line size?
Oh man, I was looking at something else here. It says, speaking of Cejos, bringing a speed jig and slow pitch jig setup with you. Yeah, I am. If so, what you know what, Tyler? You know it's so hard because of the weight restrictions. You know, my thoughts are to take a bunch of stuff to try a lot of different things. And so I'm only going to take probably 5 or 6 jigs, which is really only a fraction of what can probably work out there. I'm taking some from Taddy. I'm taking a couple from Daiwa, and see how that goes. As far as the setups I'm taking, I'm going to take one heavier one, something in like a 65-pound braid or something like that, with something like a 6003 or 6004. United Composites rod, and then I'm going to take a lighter one, kind of more of your actual slow pitch rod, with more of a 2000 size reel, which is kind of like a 16 Trinidad type size reel. And on that one, I'm probably going to have some more like 40-pound braid, which is kind of a little weird because down there you're usually fishing heavy line, 80-pound braid, 80-pound leader for almost everything. But this jigging kind of does work a little bit better if you put on some lighter line. So I'm going to take that as well and see how that works. A buddy of mine's done really good with that stuff at fishing like at Alejos and places like that. He's caught some really big yellowtail, so I know it's possible, but I got to try it for myself. So that's what I'm going to do. And the jig sizes I'm going to be taking, probably going to be like 150 to 250 as far as the sizes. But like I said, just because of the weight restrictions, I'm only going to take a few different ones.
All right, good stuff. So I don't know if I should bring this up, but
You shouldn't.
yeah, why not?
Okay.
So Philip calls me today and he says, Jessica lost her mucus plug. I think things are going to happen here. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
What is it?
that's I think your water breaks or something. Yeah.
So that's what I said. And then a guy told me your water breaks when that.
Yeah.
And so I walked in. I go, "Oh, your water broke, Jessica." And she goes, "No, my water. I just lost my mucus plug."
Oh.
So I'm like, "What the hell?" So Philip was eating a pork chop, and he took a picture of a piece of pork like this, and he said, "Jessica's mucus plug broke." I took a picture of it, and he sent it to Patrick. And Patrick goes, "Philip, damn it, go straight to the doctor, right?"
Yeah.
So anyway, I go, "Where is it? Let's make a keychain out of it or
Oh,
something."
jeez.
Yeah, I got to look that up and see what a mucus. Do you know what a mucus plug is out there, John? I think it's a plug that plugs up the mucus, but I don't know what it is. All right, maybe somebody out here is a nurse or something will help us out. Hector X, thank you, Phil. I listen to Friedman Adventures every day on Apple Podcasts at work and then watch you live when I get home. Remember, Hector said, hey, did you drop the ball on doing the Apple Podcasts and Spotify?
Yeah.
Since that time, man, Hector's really
set you
helped
straight,
me
huh?
out. Yeah. Cue Ball says hello. It's good to see him. Manny says, Buenas tardes, Samuel.
Buenas tardes, Manny.
¿Cómo estás? Manny. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Cue Ball is
Says hi to
clapping for Jeremy. Tyler Tanaka. Sam, speaking of Cedros, pardon me, are you bringing speed and slow pitch jig setups with you? If so, what kind of jigs and weight sizes are you bringing?
You know what? I was reading that question, and I think I was answering that question earlier.
Oh, really?
I think earlier here, your grizzly trout fishing was asking about yo-yo fishing.
Yeah, I wonder, how did you know the guy's name was Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So
thinking that.
I'll go back and answer Grizzly's question. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as far as your yellowtail fishing, traditionally we used to go with a lot shorter rod, 6.5 foot, 7 foot rod, and a taller reel. So we're talking like a 4.0 size reel,
Yeah.
113H and some 50-pound. Nowadays, with the 2-speed reels, guys are going more with like a JX or like call it a Fathom 25 narrow, something along those lines, even a Fathom 30. That size of reel is probably more common nowadays for what guys are doing. That yo-yo fishing, and a longer rod, something like an 8-foot rod is real common. And what that does is that when you are winding on the rod, on the reel, you lay the rod on the rail, and when the fish eats your jig, you pretty much just leave it right there. So it gives it a really solid base to basically wind right through the hookup and set the hook on the fish, rather than stopping and trying to pull the rod, which you kind of never want to do when you're jig fishing. It kind of already puts you in the right place to just kind of wind even harder when you do get bit and wind right through it. So your line size is going to be, I would probably recommend at least 65 with 50-pound leader. I use 80-pound with 50-pound leader, just because usually the reels I'm using are a little bit bigger. But 65 or 80 with maybe about 50 yards of 50-pound. And a rod that I would say 8 foot, 30 to 60, and a reel that would be kind of like that Fathom 25 narrow, Fathom 30, or something along those lines.
Excellent. We've had up there around 100 or 100 plus people watching all day long. I was flipping by before I came in here today, trying to watch some Notre Dame stuff, and the USC Live program was on. So I go, man, yeah, I got some holy water here. I can throw it on the screen. And, I hit that button, and the SC thinking, they had like 101 people watching there. So I'm like, wait a minute, USC, that's like a national. We're doing as good as the USC show, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm sure we are. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, they had 100 people on a
Okay.
live stream.
Okay.
And I think that, I was going to say dumb coach of theirs was on, but no, I wouldn't say that about SC. Dan, you love USC, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, fishing with Mike. Cover your ears. I can't wait to fish with Paulina again.
That's me.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and that's okay. I was heartbroken. I thought some other guy was moving in on her. A Waterman's Live was out there for 2 hours ago. I was out there 2 hours ago. Only maybe 5 to 8 boats there then, but I'm sure people have showed up since. Oh, maybe it's a nighttime bite, huh?
Well, he was talking about how I was saying there's probably 40 boats out there.
Yeah,
now.
right, right. All right, cue ball. Man, Jeremy, as soon as I saw those whales and dolphins, I can't believe it didn't happen. There had to be fish there. A lot of life, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Zimmer. I love Charlie Zimmer, who is going to wrap. Steve Bermudez gave Paulina a rod blank. I don't even know what kind it is, but she needs to get it wrapped. So I called Chuck Zimmer and I said, are you interested in doing it? He said, heck yeah, man. Find out what color she wants and I'll do it. I feel very blessed to have grown up in the South Bay. With Sam's shop about 15 minutes away from me, I can pick up any of my tackle and rod building supplies. I'm truly blessed.
He is blessed. He's a blessed man.
I might break into tears on that comment. That is beautiful, Chuck. That is very nice.
He's a poet.
No, Chuck, I'm not laughing. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. I can't tell if he's tongue in cheek or he's being serious about
He's
that.
being serious.
Okay. All right, yeah, Chuck.
He's a good dude. He wouldn't mess around about stuff like that.
That's true.
Not everyone's like you.
All right, let me go back to the show here. Real-time fishing. Sam, looking for a 10-foot white Zeman. Hard to find. Got any?
No, I don't know.
Is that you?
10-inch. Yeah.
Oh, 10-inch.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. What is it?
No,
I don't
we
know
have
what
the
it is.
8-inch ones, which I think is the biggest ones they make. I don't know. If they might make something bigger.
Well, I'd
but-
like to see a 10-footer. What is
Yeah.
it anyway? A plastic lure? or something?
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to see that. All right. Tyler Turbo T2, a fishing pal, just caught a nice size striped marlin yesterday at the 9 Mile Bank, trolling a Mad Mac. Amazing fishery in SoCal this past decade. Man, Tyler, you are not kidding, man. The bar is so high right now
Yeah.
on our fishery with marlin. And now, like Sam says, all we need is some wahoo to show up or something. But
It's here.
even if it doesn't, this has just been an incredible year. Won't be much longer. There'll be albacore crawling all over Point
Oh, you
Vincente.
said they're already up at Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz.
And usually they go opposite of everything else, right? They go against, and so they go south.
Listen to this.
instead
He's a doubter.
Because everything else goes north.
Doubting
but,
Thomas.
But the
Doubting
albacore,
Thomas.
they're opposite, yeah.
Yes, a doubting Thomas. Yes. Didn't believe that the Lord had really resurrected, and they named him a doubting Thomas. All right, Waterman's Life. I said doing it right now to when you read someone's message to like the live stream.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Excellent. Cue ball. Looks like Jeremy finally discovered the mecca of sport fishing in SoCal. Friedman Adventures, the original tuna gangster. Hey, Jeremy, what did we do? We did something together. Oh, no, I think we didn't do anything? Yeah, we did.
Oh, you highlighted him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You had caught a big halibut, I think. That's right. Yeah, thank you. We do need to do something. We need to get together and do an update for sure. Cue ball is absolutely right. Jay, great show as always. Sam, headed out to Tanner Cortez. Is there any squid available? Is there a jig or something artificial I can try for live and fresh dead squid? Thanks for the info. Thank you, Jay. They're dropper looping out there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure if they're getting squid every day. I mean, usually by this time of year, it's something you just don't see.
Right.
But it has stuck around a little later than most years. You'd have to check with the landing to see if that's something that are they going to be going on their own boat? I don't know if they're going on their own boat or on a party boat, but I think the party boats that can get the squid, they're trying to get it. I know there's still some over at San Clemente a little bit, but not enough to where I don't think you're seeing it in the receivers every day. As far as catching your own squid, I mean, Pormar makes this like Ganyan type deal that is very, very common for catching squid. I don't know if that's what he's talking about or maybe using a jig instead of a squid. The one thing I probably would look at is maybe taking some yo-yo iron over there. I know that the yellows that were biting a month ago that were on that squid were biting the jigs pretty good. But if you can get some squid, maybe even some frozen squid. I mean, take whatever you can if you're going on your own boat. But you might try to snag some up if they're going to be there at night.
All right. Cue ball says, I'm about to float out there on an inner tube. No kidding. No spit, cue ball. That is, I mean, it's so tempting. There's so much going on. Bluefin so close to home here. Great local fishing. Tanner Cortez. We got it rocking and rolling on the Marlin here in SoCal. It's really outstanding. Doug Ruben El Sueño down there in beautiful San Diego. Good evening, my friends. Is there still a hookup shortage going on? Asking for a friend. I don't think so, right?
Hookup shortage?
Yeah.
You mean like hookup baits? Or hook shortage?
Oh, no. You've always had the hooks when everybody's been looking for them.
We're doing pretty good. I know that, depending on what shop you shop at, I think for us, we've been pretty good. I know there was a few times where guys mentioned that they couldn't get a hook at their local shop. We had them here, so not really sure. I know he's down in San Diego.
Yes.
I would imagine those guys down there have them too, but
Mhm.
if you're looking for something in particular, Doug, let me know. I probably have it. Or if it's something that is hard to get, I'll let you know. But I think we're pretty good.
All right, Fishing Vida, Fishing Life. Hey, Phil and Sam. Nick from Bass Pro Shops. Hey, Nick, good to see you, my friend. Going to Mexico, Bahia next month. What is a good yellowtail trolling lure? Take care, guys. Hey, Nick, best of luck to you down there.
You know, those Rapalas, X-Wrap 30s, probably can't go wrong with those. It's kind of been a staple in Baja for 100 years. You know, that X-Wrap 30 in a sardine or a mackerel color. Although the Mirror they have that 118 or sorry 113 MR, something like that. It's been kind of a staple for the guys that fish Tony Reyes for hundreds of years too. So I'd look for those two. It's that Mirror Lure. I think it's a 113 MR, and then in the Rapala, you're looking at the X-Wrap 30.
Thank you so much, Nick. I hope you have a really, really special trip. Tim Marquez, who I spoke with briefly earlier today, going to bring some clothing down to send to Mexico. Thank you very much, Tim. Contributed to helping Paulina's beautiful stay here. We sent down a ton of medical stuff with Paulina. She says, "What's up, guys? Looking forward to next week's Cedros trip. It's going to be a good one. You're going to be gone for a week?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you'll be. Well, next week's a holiday anyway on Monday, so
What is it?
we wouldn't be here Labor Day,
Oh, that's right.
and so.
Maybe we'll take Labor Day off for a change.
Oh yeah,
Relax.
I'll be off for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be catching fish down there, I hope.
Not on Monday, but on Tuesday.
Oh, you fly in there
Yeah,
on
on Tuesday.
You don't fish that afternoon when you get
On
in there?
Tuesday, yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
fly in on Tuesday. We'll be fishing
Oh.
on Tuesday.
Got you. All right.
What day are we going to be there?
I don't know. I don't really care, actually. I'm just trying to move the show
Well, you just
along.
asked me like 8
Yeah, I
times.
know.
So.
I don't know why I did. I really don't
I'm
care.
not sure.
Yeah. All right, Isaac, the mucus plug is the mucus that helps protect the baby from infection. Isaac's wife, Connie, is a labor and delivery nurse. Perfect.
Nice.
Isaac, thank Connie for me. I appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. Grizzly trout fishing, the guy you called Tyler.
Yeah.
I'll ask again. I got skipped laughing out loud.
Ah.
I'm looking to get a damn yo-yo fishing specific rod and reel for Yellowtail. For God's sake, Sam, will you please answer my question? And my name is not Tyler. What rod and rod length? Reel, braid to mono, straight mono, line size. I'll straighten this guy out, Grizzly Trout.
Yeah.
Did you answer it?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
so
I
I'm
went
just
back.
reading an old comment now. That was funny,
Yeah.
though, you got to admit. All right, are you okay? All right. Raul Alvarez. Phil, Sam. Good evening, Sam. Just bought a Fathom 400 bait caster. What's your opinion on this reel?
It's a nice little reel. It's a little smaller than the other 400 size reels out there. It's kind of more like a 350, I guess, if you wanted to kind of compare it between 300 and 400. Nice little reel. We haven't sold a ton of them. They're not quite as popular as your Lexus and your Tranx reels, but I haven't had any come back either. So I'm sure the guys that are bought them have been liking them. And it's a nice reel. It's made by Penn, so I think that it's something that you should probably do well with. Yeah.
Hey, Isaac, when you lose your mucus plug, does that mean the baby's coming like shortly? Is that what
Yeah.
that means?
Well,
It
it's-
must,
it's
right?
Eminent, I would think.
Eminent, yes. Eminent, the baby's birth. Wednesday, they're inducing the
It's
labor.
it's usually mucus plug, wings, baby.
Let me tell you, we have like 2 questions left. We've done an hour of the show. You didn't do an
Yeah.
hour, but I did.
Yeah.
And shoot, you know what that means?
Wing time.
Yeah, Michael, are you into that?
No.
I'm typing in
Oh, another question.
Put it in
Good.
a comment. Yeah.
You have any questions out there, my friends? Now is the time to ask, because the minute we run out of questions, Sam literally will run over and shut that up and say, "Let's go eat some wings." All right, let's go answer. Uh-oh, here come the questions. Where are we? Which one? Grizzly trout. Okay, Raul, did we do that? Yes.
Yep.
David Alcantar, would you prefer to have wahoo or albacore show up? You can only pick one. Albacore.
Wahoo.
I know, it's both. They're both bitching. Albacore for me. All right. Wahoo, says Isaac. Anybody wants to chime in on that, please do.
Wahoo.
Mackie says, thanks for the education. Connie. William, have you heard of any yellows
Wahoo.
at the Farnsworth? It has not been talked about this summer. I haven't heard about any yellows on Farnsworth, Mac. Wouldn't surprise me, though.
No, not too much. Yeah, I haven't heard. It doesn't mean that they're not there. I think a lot of the action has been kind of over to the west end of the island. Although when I fished with Diego, we went to the east, but still to the east end. And that Farnsworth is kind of far, actually, for a 3/4 day boat. You got to be probably leaving at 5 and pretty much headed straight there. So it's not something that gets looked at quite a bit.
Yeah, Sam's right. East and back there off the island a few miles. So great place for big yellows at times, no question about it. Cue ball, Jeremy, get my phone number from Phil. Hector, X, Sam, and Phil. which is your beer of choice? I'm asking that way I know which pitcher to get you guys at the wing spot. Are you coming, Hector? That'd be great. By the way, I don't drink anymore. I drank enough for everybody in the whole world. So I stopped 12 years ago. If, however, I were drinking, I would probably say Bohemia, maybe in Mexico. I liked Bohemia, but I'm not drinking. You can get me a nice pitcher of water. I'll be good with that. Sam, what's your
I
favorite?
think they got
Space Dust?
that 805 is pretty good over there.
805.
Space Dust is good, but I don't think they have it on
They
tap
probably
over
don't
there.
have that over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
think so.
No, I serve that at the
fair?
Yeah, we serve all that IPA crap. All right, I mean that great and delectable beer. Kyle, what would be a good budget reel fortnight nighttime for nighttime bluefin tuna fishing that is not a Fathom 2? That's a really good question because everybody for an economical reel seems to go to the Fathom,
Yeah.
which are good reels. But is there another one?
The only other one that's out there, and obviously depends on how you qualify budget, but the Speedmaster. The Speedmaster, you can get that. I think it's $350, $360, depending on which one you get. They have a size 20 and a size 25, which is equivalent to like a Talica 20 and 25. So that'd be the one I would look at. Those are really the only two that fall in that price point. The other thing you can do is maybe search out a used reel. You get an International 30, or maybe like a TLD 30 or 20 that maybe has been upgraded with like an aluminum frame or something like that. But as far as a brand new reel, the only reels that anybody makes that's in that budget, less than $400 category is going to be that Fathom, and then Shimano makes the Speedmaster.
All right, fishing with Mike right here. I fell in love. Casting the iron. Oh, I thought it was going to be something else. With my bait caster. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't get a bird's nest or anything? No. Grandpa's mumbling that he got a few bird's nests. Grandpa must have to get your bird's nest out.
I mean,
All three of us over here.
Oh, everybody's
team effort.
mumbling. Would you tangle these guys up? Screw them up?
Well, you know that bird nest, you pick at it, you pick it, like, oh man, I'm done with this. Next guy.
Yeah.
And then the next guy's like, oh, I'm done with this. Give it back to me.
I only made two perfect casts without bait casting.
Oh, he made 2 perfect casts, Grandpa. How many did he try? 200?
Yeah.
Mackie witnessed it too.
Grandpa, it keeps you out of trouble, man. Keeps you busy all the time. What,
Yeah,
do,
it
you, what do
does.
you want, man? Good stuff, Michael. Abraham Esparza. Haven't seen you for a while, Abraham. Good to see you, my friend. Sam, what's the best lures for inside Long Beach Harbor for calico bass?
Yeah, that's a tough one there. I mean, that word best always kind of gets me because, it's almost like you're asking for what's a guarantee, I'm going to catch something.
Well,
But
what do you think they come to Tackle Shop Confessions for?
the reality is that one day it's one thing, one day it's another. And some places is one thing, and some places it's another. If I had to pick one lure, I would think that hookup bait is probably going to be your most universal lure. Past that, a lot of the guys who come in here and shop and fish inside the harbor are fishing a lot of either flukes or the Kitech baits. So those are probably going to be the other two. But besides that hookup bait makes it really easy. It's already rigged up. It's already has the lead head inside the tube, and so it's ready to go. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit easier just to rig up, that's going to be the one I would recommend.
Thank you so much, Abraham. Sam, or go ahead, Michael. You have a question?
Would you, for hookup baits, would you drop it straight down or casting it at the kelp line?
Excellent question, if I may say so myself.
You cast it right in the middle of all the kelp. No, I'm just kidding. No, you probably want to
And then
cast
hand it
it.
to Grandpa.
Yeah, right after you backlash. No, you want to probably cast it out. Yeah, you want to have a little bit of tension on the line, and that tension is going to be what makes it swim on the way down. So definitely going to want to cast it. I'm sure there's times when you can probably just let it go straight down. Some of the spots that you're going to fish at Catalina may have a lot of kelp right under you, so that might work in some areas. But generally, you're going to want to cast it not right into the kelp, but maybe try to cast it down the side and then swim it along the kelp.
All right, good stuff. Hit that like button, everybody. Morning briefing tomorrow morning. Don't forget about that. And go back and check our live shows out. Daniel Hadaway. And also, we had a great Yellowtail seminar. Good stuff about how to catch yellows at the Coronado Islands. You're going to love that. Brad Billings, Sam and Phil, what app sites do you use to check weather before you go fishing? I use Windy and Sailflow. I like Sailflow a lot, but
I think those are the two.
yeah.
Those are the two that everybody uses. Yeah, I think all the websites use a very similar kind of data,
Yeah.
but those are kind of easy to use to drop that little droplet thing there to kind of see the forecast on a certain area.
Hey, what happened to Steve? Remember that like 2 weeks ago? He was all over me, screwing with me during the whole show. And
He got one in today, and that was it.
yeah, did he?
Yeah, the one about the merch that we don't carry your merch.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that
Yeah.
was Steve, that
Yeah.
rat fink?
Yeah.
All right.
He says
did.
we refuse to carry his stuff.
Oh, that rat fink. Steve. Okay, that was good. I'm glad he's still okay. If he's not picking on me, he's not doing good. Steve, is that Steve? No. Sam, what's the best flavor wings at the spot? Hold on.
What do you guys? You
Sam
already know.
likes I can't even remember what it is. It's the
Gold.
Buffalo Gold. That's Sam's favorite.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
And then we just get whatever.
There's a bunch of good flavors though.
There is.
There is. Mango tango, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asian hot.
Soy garlic.
Soy garlic.
Soy garlic.
Yeah, they got about 40 flavors over there. Seems like.
Yeah, you can meet us over there, everybody.
Yeah, come on down.
We had chicken wings at. Did we have chicken? We had chicken wings at 2 places.
Yeah.
So we had it at Supermax. Michael and I ordered chicken wings, and we had it at 22nd Street Landing upstairs because I'm doing the protein thing, so that's easy for me. And by far, I will make this pronouncement here tonight. By far, SoCal wings
Yeah.
Leaps
slam
and
it.
bounds. Leaps and bounds.
Really do.
Yeah.
This is no
Heads
joke.
and shoulders above.
Sam.
Say if a girl comes, says,
Uh-oh.
say if a
Keep
girl,
this clean.
say if a girl comes down to Mexico, wouldn't you think about taking her to In-N-Out or something, not to some Mexican food place?
Oh, he's blaming me
Yeah.
because I thought about it. So Pauline and her mom are in town. You think, let's take them to like In-N-Out, like he said,
Yeah.
I took them to Supermax because it's got a good atmosphere and everything. So they were stoked about it. And I really asked them about the Mexican food and they thought it was excellent. The one thing that was not up to par were the tortillas, which doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me because they're homemade down there. You see, the ladies doing it and cooking them right there. So that didn't surprise me. But she said, hey, everything else was really good.
She was polite about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
She said, "This is what you could think is Mexican food, huh?"
Yeah, really.
Thanks a lot.
100%. So she's going to take us to the beer. I can't drink beer, but the beer and cricket bar. I told you that, where you eat crickets. And what else, Mackie? There was another restaurant that sounded really good. I can't remember what it was. Maybe.
Ensenada, you mean?
Yeah, best hamburger or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, can't wait to get down there. All right, Steve, there it is, man. Really good back there. Michael's stroking to death thinking about it. Carlos G. Hello, Sam and Phil. My son and I are driving home listening to you guys enjoying the show. Next Monday, we'll be listening to you guys all the way from Turkey.
Woo.
My God, I don't think we're going to be. I'll do a special presentation for you. You're coming all the way from Turkey. Carlos, that is awesome. And all our best to not only you, but to your son also. Thank you so much. Dansky with the bluefin tuna showing up in Ensenada again. Do you think they will move on up the coast again? We're already seeing fish here off Point
Yeah,
Furman.
they're kinda
And there's a guy that was on here talking about fish off Pepperdine up there off Malibu. So it's just game on now. It's only going to get better and better and better and better and better. In our best weather months, man, we've had somebody turned the fan on a week ago and it's been on. Starting to diminish right now, like blowing maybe 12, 14 out there. But it was up there over
blowing.
20. Yeah, just spit box weather, as we used to call
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Yeah, you know what that is, right? Coming at you in every different
Yeah.
direction, man. It's jackass weather is what that used to be referred to as. Fishing with Mike. Wahoo or Yellowtail, pick one. Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait a minute. Let me pick one. Paulina. Is that okay to pick that one? Oh, no, I can't pick that. I wonder if Paulina's still hanging in here with us. I'm going to say there's not a chance in hell that Paulina is still watching this show. Paulina, if you're watching this show and you chime in right now, Michael's going to buy you a dozen beautiful roses. How's that? So if I see a message from you, I'm going to be stoked. James Williams, good evening. Friedman Adventures family. Phil, thank you for posting the Williams Brother report from the Mission Bell last week. Beautiful conditions, turquoise water. Sam, what is the abrasive resistant fluoro 30-pound? Hey, James, before we go anywhere, I got to tell you, man, that was awesome. It was so good to see you guys having so much fun out there. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Sam.
You know, I don't have any kind of data as far as which one is going to be the most abrasive resistant. Most of the guys are going to be using that blue label cigar, but I know all the new other brands out there really claim a lot of abrasion resistance. I know that the one from Promar, they claim some pretty good abrasion resistance, and even the one from AFCO as well, the Psycho. So, but I mean, as far as traditionally, the stuff that most guys use, especially when they're fishing in the kelp lines, things like that, where they need a little bit more protection against the structure, that blue label cigar is hard to beat.
All right, good stuff. Well over 100 people watching the show tonight. I mentioned that we wanted to go eat chicken wings, and we got another 20 questions immediately. So good stuff. We're loving this tonight. Thank you all for being here with us. Morning briefing tomorrow morning. Don't forget August 31st down in Surfside, California. We will all be there. I know Dan will be there. Hopefully John Garma will be there. Hopefully Mackie will be there. We'll all be there.
What time?
So August 31st, 7:30 a.m. until at least 10 and beyond if
I
they're
can't
biting.
make it.
Oh, man, you're going to be in Cedros, aren't you? Oh, no, you
it's
go Tuesday.
But
No, you go Monday, don't you?
taking the family out this weekend.
Where are you
somewhere.
going?
I'm not sure. Somewhere in San Diego.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
yeah.
For fishing? No.
No.
Just goof around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
That sounds like fun. You had to shoot across the border.
How's the egg?
Maybe.
Go see his girlfriend.
Good.
Yeah. All right, very good. Raul Almaraz. Phil, are you going to talk about Piss and Fun tonight? I haven't talked about that for a long time. Do you like those Piss and Fun reels?
No.
You don't like them. Mackie has how many? He threw them overboard. He had them before. He must not be promoting those anymore. He must not like those anymore.
Don't last very long.
Oh, all right. Piss and Fun. No bueno,
Get what you
Raul.
pay for, I guess.
Dice mi amigo. Tyler Tanaka, I think I missed this info, but did the bite shut off at the Cortez Bank? It has been down, let's put it that way, but rebounding rapidly. Freedom limits a bluefin yesterday at 70 yellowtail. Day before, Pride limits. Several other guys got some hits out there, so it's been pretty good here the last couple of days. Getting away from the moon phase, weather is coming down, looking good. And now,
Kite bite's been up.
kite bite's been good. The Highliner,
Yeah.
several of the guys have had
The guys who are
some
doing
really
that
good kite
stuff.
fishing.
Yeah.
Really good. And according to somebody on here, Waterman's Life maybe, there was some kite fish caught, big ones here, and some nighttime jig fish
Gosh.
right off Point Furman, everybody,
Woo,
which is,
catch them on the twilight.
yeah, really close. Like, within 6-7 miles of the coast. All right. We get a what do you call it? A mucus plug update. Connie says, no, it's not imminent. Water breaking is go time. Mucus plugs can regenerate. Text me and I can shoot your number. She answers the questions. $10 a question. I need some fishing money. Yes, for sure. All right, I'm good. That answers all my questions. I'm good. First, last. Evening, Friedman Adventures family. Can you guys do a visual representation of how the chum line acts on an anchor versus a drift? Thanks in advance.
Can you do that?
Um,
Well, basically, if a boat is here and anchored up, right? So it's stuck here.
Still open?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He just wants weights.
Yeah.
yeah, tell him to come in, for God's
So
sake.
if a boat is anchored here, right? So let's just say usually you're going to be anchored up in somewhat coastal waters, right?
Yeah.
Typically. So you got the island, and you're going to be anchored up right here. So when you chum, whichever way the current's going, the boat's going to stay here. The chum's going to go
That's right.
with the current, right? Typically. If
You're going to move with the chum when you're drifting.
Yeah, well, sometimes. So sometimes what happens is, depending on how windy it is on the drift, if the wind's pushing you this way, and you chum, let's say you chum here, well, the chum's going to stay there in the water, and you're going to be moving. So as they're chumming, there's basically going to be a chum line that's created behind the boat, meaning that if you're moving this way, every time they're putting a chum into the water, there's going to be a whole stream of chum downwind.
This
or
is a
upwind.
great visual, by the way. I'm
You know,
liking this. This gentleman's enjoying this.
Yeah, so that's going to be kind of, I don't know if I was in screen there, but yeah, so it's going to be basically behind the boat or upwind. So when the captain tells you to have the wind in your face, that's exactly what you want to do, because you're going to be basically casting right where the chum is going to be ending up. So That's a real common thing. Back in the albacore days, I was wind in your face. What was it? Wind in your back.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, wind in your face. You're in the right place. Wind at your back. You have an empty sack or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
You okay?
I think this AC's getting.
Are you all right, son?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Very good. All right, Sam's taking off for a second. Mike Trunk, Waterman's Life. The dude shows up with 4-camera shoot on his backpack and his forehead and his chest. All right, sounds good. Waterman, very serious about filming, obviously. He's got multiple cameras going on. I've heard nothing but good stuff about him. Dansky, do you guys still do the live studio audiences? Of course. We have a live studio audience here right now. A gentleman just came in looking for weights. We let him in. John Garma came in. John's very subdued tonight. I don't know what is going on. I want to joke around and play around. And he looks like, he wants to get back to sleep or something. And Dan Lightfoot, he is here. And Sam De La Torre. And we've got Squid. And we've got all kinds of stuff going on here. It is a beautiful time. Hey, come over here, sweetheart. I want to get you on camera here. Come over here. Do you mind? Thank you. What's your name?
Peyton.
Now, Peyton, do you like to fish? Is this your father or your grandfather?
My grandfather.
Does your grandfather like to fish?
Mm-hmm.
How much? Like all the time?
No, not all the
Why not? Grandma won't let him?
time.
All right, sweetheart. And are you guys going fishing tonight or what?
I think so.
All right, well, have fun. All right. Thanks for making your debut on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. You have added a touch of class to an otherwise classless show.
Because she's going to have to probably be in the bed for school.
Oh, you got to go to bed and get ready for school? Where do you go to school?
Yeah, I just somebody decided to do it all.
Yeah, what's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math? Man, you could smoke me. I'm terrible at math. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, my friend.
No problem. Thank y'all for letting me in.
Hey, no problem. You have a great night.
They come over from Walmart to get here. They say y'all was open still. They just left from over here, the guys.
I'm glad Mackie left you in. He normally doesn't let anybody in.
Sam is the actual Sam. So
All right.
As soon as I get there, so that's my last name. So I say, I asked for him. I asked him, who is Sam? I said, just go here.
All right, on. You guys have
All
a
right,
great
man. Good luck
night.
to you.
Have a good one.
All right, take care.
All right.
That young lady made her debut and added a touch of class to a classless show. Let me tell
Yeah.
What happened?
you. Yes. What do you mean? What happened?
You didn't see
What?
it?
You weren't
right
sitting here when
Yeah.
I did. The girl came up and stood here with me.
I was in the bedroom.
Oh, what were you doing in there?
Washing my hands.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Mike Trunk. Oh, we did Mike Trunk. He's got the million camera thing. Do you guys still do live studio audiences? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we do. Anytime you want to be part of it, just show up down here. We'll let anybody in here. Frankie Sanchez, if you're using Alexa 400 HP for Yellowtail, what would you spool it with, Sam?
50 pounds probably the most common, although a lot of guys do like 65. You get a little bit less line. I think with the 65, you get about 200 yards. The 50 pound, you get about 300 yards. Most of the times, if you're island fishing, you don't really need more than 200 yards of line. You'll be fine with that. And sometimes the little bit thicker line just casts a little easier. So when you first do it, if you're going to be doing it, especially throwing iron, although I think you didn't mention iron. I think you just said fishing for yellowtail. So if you're bait fishing for yellowtail, I'll probably just put 50 pound. And you could probably still throw some iron with it, but if you just bait fishing, I'd definitely put 50 pound.
All right, Reggie Wynn. Reggie, how's it going tonight, my friend? Good to see you. Good evening, gentlemen. Sam, I wanted to thank you for the 310 rod work suggestion, as they do make neoprene rod socks for 10-foot jig sticks. Looking forward to fishing with you and the crew in Cedros. That should be good. Reggie's going, huh?
Yeah,
Good stuff.
Yeah, we actually just got some of those rod socks in too. They're a nice thick material, and so if you're looking to really protect your rod, those are really nice. Yeah, we got them in. I think they're like $14 a piece. Really, really nice products.
Darren Dohe. Is there anybody better? Darren, are you out there watching tonight? I hope so. Love you, man. Hope you're doing good. Spencer Yang. Good evening, Friedman Adventures family. Good evening, Spencer. So good to see you. Just moved back to LA from New York City in the Northeast. We do a lot of jig and pop for our bluefin tuna. Why in Southern California no one uses the big spinning reels for tuna? Spencer, you're hitting on something that is taboo here in Southern California. Why not, Sam? Why
I
don't
think,
people?
I wouldn't say nobody. You definitely don't see it a whole lot. You're going to see it a lot more on a private boat, which is probably what they were doing in the East Coast. When you hook these big fish, you can chase them down, whereas on a party boat, not as much. And then also too is on a party boat with the high rail like that, you can use the rail, whereas on a private boat you couldn't use a rail anyway. So, a lot of it is just the culture for sure. I think that that's going to lead to a lot of it. I know on the East Coast there really isn't a lot of people who are just don't have the experience with casting with a conventional reel, so it's not even really an option. Whereas out here, we kind of grow up doing that, and so it'd be pretty easy for a guy out here to just go ahead and throw those poppers with even a 2-speed reel. So I think a lot of it is just kind of what the guys grow up doing.
But don't be afraid to do it, Spencer, right? Sam
Yeah.
and I are all for it.
Yeah, guys do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Doug Rubin from the El Sueño just bought Michael a chicken wing. He bought you one chicken wing.
Thank you.
Stand up and thank. Doug is his name.
Thank you, Doug.
You have a lot of good Dougs in this show.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you,
you,
Doug.
Michael. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had a granny who looked in every nook and cranny. You know what she found?
Yes.
Oh. All right, very good. Albert Roy. Hi, good evening, everyone. Where are the albacore?
Yeah.
Santa Cruz, Albert. I just posted a video of a guy trolling along. He gets a jig strike, Sam. He gets a double jig strike, a triple, a quadruple. He's got 5 jig fish going.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Awesome fishing, man, up there. It's going good. First time in 10 years they've seen him there, according to Tony. Isaac says Wahoo. Doug Rubin, El Sueño. Paulina is with me, and she's watching, so you better pay up with the roses. She's with Doug on the El Sueño? That's not funny. Doug!
Where's Bill?
She's spoken for God's sakes, by this young man here. Oh, he's going to choke to death now. Spencer Yang, one more question. Spencer, ask as many questions as you like. What would you recommend for slow pitch jigging for tuna?
I don't know if you're asking for the jigs themselves or the rods or the reels, but a lot of the guys who are getting into that are typically fishing a little bit of the heavier, kind of more speed jigging style rods. So like United Composites 6003 to 6006, or a Zeus 3 to a Zeus 5 is kind of your general sizes. As far as your reels, a lot of guys do use some of those like Maxells and Jigging Master style reels. The Shimano OSHA Jigger 4000 is another one that's really popular and kind of one that you can get stateside. And then on your jigs, you're using everything from a 250 to a 450 size jig. So if you want to come check some of those out, we got pretty much all of them here. So it's kind of hard to really talk about them as far as brands. The ones that we also carry that you might want to check out is the ones from 310 Rod Works. They sell some of those United Composite rods already built, whereas United Composite right now only has the blanks. I know they're working on one that's just about to release and the jigging rod already made up. But Darren over there at 310 Rod Works has a whole bunch of them already made, and we have them here in stock.
All right, good stuff. Richard joins us now. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Hi, Phil, Sam. Gomexus RA600 is a good option for nighttime tuna budget reel under $300.
Could be.
You know that reel?
No, I don't. I know they make handles and stuff. I know that it's kind of an overseas company that's kind of more known for making like aftermarket knobs and stuff like that. So
Thanks, Richard. Appreciate that very much. James Williams, Bluefin, all over the Coronados. I got one last week on the Mission Bell, up to 35 pounds, and yes, getting rocked on SKR, South Kelp Ridge. Big first runs and sawed off. James was on that great trip on the Mission Bell, and those guys have been getting a little piece of bluefin on most of their trips here now. So really, really great stuff. Mike Krinkovich. Mike, good to see you, my friend. We'll see you on board the Amigo in October. So if you want to get weird or anything buddies for life, I think Caddyshack reference.
okay.
That's it?
There's more.
You're not going to say anything else?
Was he asking
He's
for a
rereading.
question?
I don't know.
You ask me a question, I'll try to answer it.
I know, I'm screwing around. Doug Tilk, the Island Fishing Tackle store is now open
I know.
24 hours a day. Doug, your ears must be burning. We've been talking a lot about you tonight, your kindness and generosity. Michael Krinkovich is back. Royal Polaris, 7-day, baby. I'll send love notes as it goes. Leave Friday, August 30th. Have a great one. How is Greg Bates? We haven't seen Greg Bates for a long time. I don't know what I could tell you about him. We're hoping he's doing well. Tyler Tanaka buys you another chicken wing.
Thank you,
Another Mono 6500 spinner. Me too. I don't remember what reel it was, but it was a spinning reel up in the bow of the Pursuit out of Redondo. The captain roasted me for fishing with a coffee grinder, but I landed my albie.
There you go.
Yeah, right on. Ready to go. Tim, are we going to see you tonight, Tim? Come on down. Fishing with Mike. I don't like to fish with 2 eyes and a wiggle because you can't fly line.
They're too small.
They're too small.
You can do it. There's definitely a way to do it. Not that easy, but it's easy. It's possible.
Doug Tilk is surmising that Michael is back to school and getting germs. Kids are little petri dishes. I don't have to tell you that, right?
Yep.
Your kid's always sick?
It's just
Not
my
always,
allergies.
but
Oh, it's his allergies, he says. Give the kid an allergy pill or something, will you? Yeah, Benadryl. You know, I was in China teaching, and man, like you'd have a little fourth grade little girl running, teacher Philip, and I could see the snot and I'm going, I'm going to be so sick after this. But you give the hug anyway, and you're like, I'm screwed. And inevitably, I'd get sick. I don't see another question on the board.
we're done.
Are we?
Doug.
Doug, we already read Doug's.
Oh.
He's talking about your germs.
Oh.
Don't tell Paulina you have germs.
I don't like them.
She does not like little boys with cooties. She told me that. Do you have cooties?
No.
Oh, we're not through yet. Here we go. Rock and roll, Tyler Tanaka. I love how Phil tells the customer, sure, I have no problem at all. Absolutely not. Carlos G. Sam, Phil, I have a bunch of black water fluorocarbon fishing line, 80, 100, 130 pound, and 60. What do you guys think? It looks good. Do you think it's okay to use it? That was a really highly sought after fluorocarbon, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. I'd say you're good, Carlos. That stuff lasts. Obviously, if it's been sitting on your reel for 3 years, I probably wouldn't use it. But I'm sure you have it put away somewhere nice and out of the sunlight, so you're going to be just fine.
All right, here we go. Mike Krinkovich with an outstanding Wahoo question, one that has really troubled mankind for millennia. When you're fishing for Wahoo on live bait, Sam, how do you hook the Dean?
Butt hook it.
There it is. We've solved that question now. That won't bother mankind anymore. Martin M., will the hooks on the Colt Snipers 80 to 120 grams be sufficient for the bluefin tuna out in front of beautiful San Pedro?
It just depends on what
California?
size line you're using. So as far as the strength of the hook or whether it'll straighten out, and not really depending on the fish, because you're only going to pull as hard as the line you're using. So if you're using, I'd say anything heavier than 40 pound, you're probably going to want to change it. Even 40 pound is maybe suspect depending if you like to fish tight drag or not. So I would say most of the times you're going to want to be fishing at least 40, if not 50, on those Colt Snipers for the tuna. So I would change them out just based on the line size that you're going to use, which is going to determine how hard you're pulling.
Mike Krinkovich says Blackwater is the bomb. Haknuman Soksan. Sam, what is the line diameter size of the 65-pound braid? We use PE rating, for example. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. It's about that big. I don't know. Pretty small stuff. I mean, I'm sure all the websites have a diameter rating. I just don't know it off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Mike Krinkovich says butt hook.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And, wait a minute. Albert Roy says, I eat at least 10 chicken wings for dinner. Michael, see if you can do this.
Well, 20 half wings is
Oh,
about the
believe me.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore, though.
No.
We cured him of that,
10
right?
is pretty
Chris-
mild for this guy, though. No problem.
Yeah, he can do 10. He can do more than that. But he used to eat half of the wing and then leave all the meat on there. And we're like, I don't know, did that bug you? It bugged me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bugged you too. Anybody who had a parent that said, finish your damn food,
Yeah.
And then Chris Navarro came in here, and Chris just laid down the gauntlet, man. He just got really mean with Michael and said, I'm not buying you any more chicken wings if you don't clean those things off. And Michael went to work on that chicken wing like you can't believe. Good job, Michael. Yes. Are we picking on you?
No.
Absolutely not. You're part of the gang here. All right, Albert, he'll do his best to do that. Michael Krinkovich, if fishing wahoo on the live bait and you get bit, do you still just whine and don't lift the rod tip? That wahoo question got him.
Yeah, so when you do get bit, put that thing in gear, wind till you get tight, and then you do want to set the hook. So you're going to be using a J hook, not a circle hook, but wind and come tight till the wahoo's pretty much take and drag. Now, typically with wahoo, a lot of times, especially if you're bait fishing, is you're going to fish a little bit lighter drag too. So that's kind of the rule with the wahoo fishing. Those things will head shake real hard and come loose a lot. So don't be surprised if you have to go through a couple fish before you get one to the boat, though.
Michael Krinkovich with another outstanding question. I've heard that Raider jigs are no longer in production. Now what?
He hasn't made them for a couple years, but there's other companies who make jigs. I mean, and pretty much any kind of metal jig, like a 6X Junior or something like that, will work as well. Those Raiders have been kind of a staple for wahoo, for sure, for many years. But there's other jigs out there. I mean, even just a regular surface iron. I've caught wahoo on a surface iron too. So, but I know a lot of guys use the Salas 6X and 6X Juniors, and he'll make those in kind of those brighter colors too. So you can try those out.
All right, very good. Michael Krinkovich says, wahoo, I sure hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it, everybody.
All
What was I going to say? Oh, Scott Buchert comes back to San Diego from his Alaska commercial fishing adventure tomorrow.
So excited.
Tomorrow, Sam. 1 week from the time when you will be in Cedros.
All right.
I got it down now, man. You're going on Wednesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
So excited
All right.
for him to come.
Michael Krinkovich, Dave Choate recommends the same.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
You know Dave.
He's caught a lot of wahoo.
He's got a lot of everything.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. It's been great. Sam, you're the man. Why don't you tell everybody how they can visit you here at Island Fishing Tqckle?
So 21809 Avalon Boulevard in the city of Carson. We're here Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Phone number is 310-707-1205. And we will be closed next Monday, in case you guys are wondering.
Going to Cedros. We wish you a great trip,
Yeah,
Sam.
man. It's going to be good.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow morning for the morning briefing, bright and early. Have a great one. And thanks so much for joining us on Tackle Shop Confessions.